Hello and welcome to the PM show, your weekly roundup of everything that's new, used and abused, probably, in the modelling world. So, how are we doing there, guys?
Fine, thank you very much.
Yeah, all good, thank you. Very well.
Have you recovered from the auction?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Andy has. I've not done much yet. He's been doing all the work.
That's it.
So, yeah.
Everyone's been invoiced, everybody's been sent the thing, have they?
Yeah, everyone's been invoiced. A couple still to pay, but most people are paid. And yeah, I've passed on the addresses to those who need the addresses.
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, I might have to wait a while to get mine out because I need some boxes. I'm in that dilemma where, you know, that thing where you do a run to the tip and you shouldn't have. So I'll have to get some boxes sorted out. But anyway, I did have a box of goodies turned up today. Thank you very much on the guys. So this is the great Wall Hobbies bits and pieces that we were talking about obviously on last week's show. So give us a couple of days and I'll start doing the reviews on it. So obviously we've already done this one, but I'm going to build that. But definitely never seen a 72nd Great Wall Hobbies flanker family before. So it's a nice one there. Also, we've got the 72nd F14 Tomcat as well, which I think it'll probably be is the new definitive one. Fine Molds was always a good shout on that one. Obviously the Jackal, which is nice to see as well. So again, really interesting subject on that one. I know you were on about that. Still thinking of building that one?
Yeah, do you know what? I'll have a look at your review first. But yeah, it's yeah, I like it. It's an interesting vehicle. I think it's got a lot of potential.
Yes. Yes.
And now as well, you can get quite a bit of modern British crew. Obviously, Gecko.
Yeah.
A lot of figures, don't there? It'd be nice with some figures with it and stuff. So perhaps a little vignette and stuff. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not going to promise because I normally say, yeah, I'll build it, and other things come along, like, you know. But it's definitely a good potential. Shall we say?
I was going to say, I think that looked lovely as a little direct type thing, and you know, something else wouldn't take much, but as I say, a few figures in there, bit of stowage equipment, and really sort of make that one. I know for a fact, apparently you don't get much stowage on it, but you do get a load of jerry cans for your water. So you're right for that. And then obviously the special hobby, again, the P40. So that seems to be quite a popular kit at the moment. P40s around the world. For years, nothing really, and then all of a sudden everyone's doing them. So that's a 72nd special hobby version of the P40E. And this one, which is the mystery kit.
The mystery kit that we sent. Yes.
So, and it is sealed, so I can't even have a snifty. I can't even have a quick, you know, because it is sealed. So I will leave it sealed and I'll do the review. That's the thing. Why is it heavy? It's like there's a book in there at one end or something, because that's why it sits like that. So,
I don't know.
But it will be interesting to see what that one is. As I say, it's one of those ones which got awful box art with it. So I'm hopeful that, let's just face it, it's better kit inside. So, and I have been surprised in the past because some of them have the worst box art ever, and actually the kit is a real good one in there. So it'd be interesting to see that one.
Yeah, you'd like to think they'd spent all the money on the kit manu than the boxing.
Yes, of course. Yes. But,
not packaging, but actually the kit design and execution. You know, but you'll have to have a look when, say, when you do a review on it. It will be a surprise.
It will be. It's very reminiscent of the old Airfix one where they used to have the actual kit on the decals.
Oh, that was 80s. Oh, that was awful.
Well, that's because they thought that legislation was going to come in under false advertising, wasn't it? And Airfix jumped a little bit too quick. Because whilst everybody else was like, we'll wait and see what happens, Airfix sort of jumped up and said, oh, well, we better get rid of all the box art then and put the actual what it really is. And then nobody bothered and that just died a death. So
thankfully, eh?
Thankfully, yes.
Because they were awful, weren't they, them box tops?
Yes, yes. Mood lighting.
That have the actual built one on the look.
No,
they look
the 72nd ones do that, don't they? Not the 48th of it, have they? 72nd ones.
Yeah, just 72nd.
It is, yeah. No, don't look right, does it?
But again, their 72nd ones are the some of them are the Italeri ones, aren't they? Got the tie with there on Tamiya.
Yeah,
some are, but I mean things like the
mosquitoes, the little P47s, and they're their own, aren't they? So don't know. But yeah, no, I don't think it's good practice. I tell you, the worst one is probably the Yak 28 from You know where it's got the F-16 pilots.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah, that fire bar, whatever it is, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, that's it. They've literally superimposed an F-16 pilot sat there with everything on, and it's like in a fire bar. How does that work? So yes, definitely.
These companies have to have people who can do 3D CAD and things to do all the original CAD work for them. They'd be able to do something with a box art, wouldn't you?
Mind you, I suppose it's a bit like that thing, isn't it? Is that I have no artistic skills whatsoever. Yeah, it's actually quite prolific in my family. My dad was a good artist. My cousin is trained artist. She's fantastic. Me, stickman is about it. So I'm amazed I can model. But that's a different type of work, isn't it? It's not being artistic as in blank thing and having to do your own in there. It's almost like filling in the gaps. It's like painting by numbers. So...
Yeah, but even if you're doing a box art, there's so many reference pictures you can go off. You don't have to do off the top of your head, do you? They can, you know, have a scoot on Google and images, and I'm sure there's some inspiration they could use to make, you know, at least get the right blooming pilots to fly it in the uniform.
Well, yeah, you'd think they would find the right people.
You know, proper helmet and whatever they used to wear, but I don't know. Like you say, I think from sometimes companies overlook the box. Presentation bit, where obviously we've mentioned before, like Eggard and the air fixers now and whatever, and obviously Wall Hobbies one's actually nice. They're nice shiny boxes. I think they, you know,
I think to a modeler, especially a modeler looking in a shop, that's what sells it to.
But still, you know, I even think though, even in the digital world, when you're looking online, if you're scrolling through things, you get nice box art, you'd be drawn to it. I know what you mean. It's nice to be in a shop and your eye will automatically travel. But even when you're scrolling through, innit, you get nice box art, you go for it. Like I have to say, it's quite interesting though, the way, if I just scoot my camera over, like this one actually looks like it's taken off in the Australian wildfires, look. Because the way they've done it but it is very nicely done. You know, it's showing you exactly what it is. It's not like shooting down anything or anything else. It's literally taking off from a fire, but you know, it's actually a very, very nice box art. It doesn't have to be completely over the top. But yeah, I think, you know, they are very nice. I like the Great Wall Hobby ones because, you say, they're quite nice in the glossy things that they have up there and all the rest of it. And as I said, with Hobby Boss, they tend to be in the medium. It's showing you exactly what it is with a sort of realistic background and all the rest of it with it in there, isn't it? They don't tend to sort of fancy them up or do anything. It just shows you their items. So yeah.
So Great Wall Hobby used to put posters in there.
Original,
the
proper original ones had the box top posters, didn't they? The MiG-29s did, and the Devastator and 189, I think they did. Yeah, they had a little thing. Thingy did it as well, didn't they? AFE Club.
Yeah, because I've got a couple of their ones. AFE used to do it for the first editions, wasn't it? Yeah. You'd always get a little plastic wallet in there with the actual artwork in there. It's quite nicely done. So
definitely did it with the F5s, didn't they?
Yeah, I got F5 with the.
I bet they're quite sought after now, you know, with if you've got a first edition, it's like...
I have one. I have one here for my first edition. Keep an hold of that. I must admit, I did give up the other one. I had the 2-seat, the NF, and I sold that one. But I kept that one.
2-seat with the Sundowners tail. That's what I've got.
Yeah. So, but yes, very nice. Speaking of which, did anybody get a Tornado?
Oh yeah, I got loads of them, absolutely. Can't wait to get them.
Nathan did.
We'll put pre-order up today.
Imaginary pre-order.
Yes.
For that invisible tornado.
Yes. But thank you to one of our members, the Flory members, who's donated one to Nathan, because he lucked out and did get one, and now he's got two. So he's kindly given one up for Nathan as well. So
I'll tell you what, I bet it was a proper rush when they went for sale. I bet they sold out within minutes.
Oh, I think it was, yeah. Well, I looked and it said in stock, and then I spoke to you, and when I went back to get the link to send to you, it said sold out.
I'm actually surprised that it wasn't just for the Bunny Club block. I'm surprised it was just for anybody, if I'm honest. But I suppose it's
what was it, 131, something like that? 231?
There weren't many, was there?
No, I don't know what the numbers were, but there wasn't many.
So it's very, very limited.
Yeah.
So if you've got one, you know, sitting on a little gold mine potentially, aren't you? If you do want to move it on at some point.
Don't build it.
Until they do another limited run.
I don't think they'll do any more of that. I don't think that. But they're doing the little 7-second one though, aren't they? So
Is that Rebel again as well?
the little Rebel 7-second one at the back end of the year. So I don't know. I don't think that'll be as popular.
No.
You?
No.
No, we'll see. We'll see when we put the pre-order up, because it could be completely wrong and everybody wants one. But
Yeah.
I don't know. The second stuff just not as popular as the 48. I don't think. You know, we had that 110 up and we didn't sell. I don't know. We didn't do any, did we? Or one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 48th one, you know,
Goes well.
We've got a lot. Actually, talking to 48 head-on stuff on pre-orders. The DO17s are doing tomorrow, Friday. So that pre-order is now.
As soon as they drop, probably tomorrow, I'll be invoicing.
They'll be invoicing and we'll get them boxed and sent out to everybody. So that's in. So might send you one to have a peruse over if you want to have a look.
Yes, I'll have a look. See, very nice.
Yeah.
So cool, very good. We also do have to say that part 3, which is technically part 4, isn't it? Because it's
technically,
is up. So if you want to see this one, this is let me just mute that. This is Matt going talking obviously about painting this time, going through the motions of it, flattening down, and then obviously the primer coat, and then working his way through the various things. Are you enjoying your video, Bill? It's your debut, this.
Yeah, it's getting easier. I think the more you do it, like you were saying, you're more relaxed you get. And obviously what I've been talking about, I said to you earlier doing this video, is what I know anyway.
Yeah.
So it was quite easy for me to explain this, because it's, you know, like the old day job really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hopefully somebody will pick some of it up and learn something. It'd be nice.
Absolutely.
Well, good feedback, to be honest. There's been really nice feedback from people, which is, you know, all nice and positive, which is good. So yeah, we're getting there with it.
Very good. So obviously it is available. I'll link it down below here anyway, as always, but it is available in the usual suspect places around the actual Flory site, and also it is available on the PM Models YouTube channel.
Yeah, UK YouTube channel.
UK YouTube channel.
Hey, like and subscribe.
Yes, don't forget to like and subscribe. And then it is available as well. Have you got it linked into your Facebook page and your Instagram, your Pinterest?
It's on Facebook page, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Okie dokie.
I don't know if I linked it.
Instagram.
I do Instagram, but I won't have a clue how to link onto Instagram. But yeah, I'll get around that and link it to the Instagram. But it's around. There's enough places you can see it. So yes, go and have a look. Because this is a build that's evolving from where I first started to something completely different. Because it was going to be red with a different coloured interior, and yeah, it's one of them. I'm learning now to pre-plan, I think, and stick to that plan rather than do what I normally do and wing it. Yeah.
Again, it's quite nice that you make changes as you make your way through the build, isn't it? Because I've made a career out of doing that, you know. Yeah. So, you know, sometimes it's quite, you know, nice that you have it set in your mind you're going to do it one way, and then you're thinking as you're going along, do you know what? You know, I think it would be better, you know?
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know, because obviously doing the first video build, you've done loads. Perhaps to be a bit more rigid, because I've really changed my mind and fluid when I do my own builds, because like you say, it evolves like organically with me. You know, you have like a vision in your head, but it never pans out that way, because something will change, or you change your mind, or you change your colour scheme or whatever. And here's a prime example. I don't know if it's annoying for people watching the vids, that's all. I don't know.
No, I still think you're right on the colour. I prefer that colour.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's mint colour. And you think when the chrome's on it and all the shiny bits and all that, it'll look really nice. And especially with the colour interior I've gone for now as well.
Because also the other thing as well, that's actually the same colour as my car.
Yeah. And I tell you what, it's actually the colour I'm toying with for my real Beetle. I always like gunmetal paint. Yeah. And the colour combination with the interior that it's going to be, that's kind of the thing anyway. I don't know, I just like that colour combination for cars. So
I do as well, because you don't have to clean it. I can only clean mine for the first time this year. It hides the dirt, lovely.
Doing that.
Yeah.
So clear the racks of Tamiya paint to spray that car.
Yeah.
Yeah, shame they don't do the bigger bottles.
Yeah. But yeah, like I say, like I've said in the vid and stuff, it's still really, I'm really enjoying it. It's nice. So.
So I'm doing all the editing of the videos for Matt. So, and you might see them change how I do it throughout because I'm learning on the software that I'm using as well. So
yeah, it's all the learning curve, isn't it?
So what are you using?
What for? What?
Cyber.
Oh, editing.
Yeah, crikey, cyber something.
Right. Well, it works.
It does the job, doesn't it?
It does everything. But the problem is the more complicated they are, the harder they are to try and find what you want to do, aren't they? Like I've managed on this one to find out how to speed the videos up. So there's bits of it that are
not overly fast though, because they do wind up.
Yeah.
But it's only like a couple of clicks quicker. But you know,
yes,
it just works for
just trying to make it a bit less.
Watching paint dry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's part of this hobby though, is watching your paint dry. That's the thing. But anyway, it is up there now. You can catch that one, as I say, right the way through. So if you want to do, obviously, all about your painting and your various bits and pieces, that is definitely one to have a good look at. The expert in gloss world. That's the thing. Right. Okay. So other things going around. What we had in this week?
No new arrivals as such.
There's some new bits in,
but we've got some new specials up that's coming.
Right. Okay. Specials.
Nothing. Yeah, really nothing. We're obviously getting the DO17 in the last name, but if you go to the top, it's just the top few.
Yeah. Ooh,
so
eggplant. Everyone loves a bit of eggplant.
Eggplant, yeah, a bit of eggplant. So the fullback's in on a special.
Very nice.
And I've got a couple of hawks.
Yes.
So I've got red arrows one and the camo one.
I don't think I've ever actually seen the Hobby Boss hawk.
Haven't you? Well, why didn't you say I could have sent you one in your little page?
I don't think I've done a review of it, unless I have and don't remember. But yes.
I'll tell you what though, to be honest, the 48th one, I don't know what it's like, but it's the only other ones I know is Italeri do one which is available, and Airfix did one which I built about 10 years ago, and that's not available. So I don't know.
Have the RAF ever actually used the Hawking camo scheme?
Yeah, the ones up the road from here at Chivner used to be.
In
fact, that could be the Chivner one. So yeah, the Chivner based ones in North Devon, they used to be in the camo. And then eventually they went over to the, well, they actually got kicked out. They moved. So that base was shut down. But yeah, the Chivner ones used to be around here, used to be in camo. So.
Oh yeah, they're up, and the Avenger. So if anybody still wants something for the C6 SIG.
Very nice.
Have you ever done one of them? Seen one, not built one, I meant.
Seen one, yes.
Have you reviewed one?
I don't know. I must admit, the box, it's actually quite a nice kit though, from what I remember of it.
I think it is, because obviously the other one's a classic airframe, not classic airframe, accurate miniatures one.
Yeah.
It's actually a fantastic kit.
Mm.
But it comes and goes, doesn't it?
I've had a look at that, and it's a really nice. Yeah, the riveting work and the panel.
Is it a bit of a copy of the accurate miniatures? It is accurate miniatures, yeah.
Because the accurate miniature one was reboxed by Italeri, wasn't it?
Italeri's done it. Academy's done it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there might be another one that I can't think of, but definitely the Italeri or Italeri, however you pronounce it's done it, and latest one was definitely Academy. Because I don't know if Academy's got their moulds, because they seem to be, because they've got the Dauntless and they bring the Vindicator out, and the B25s have been released by Academy, so I don't know if they now got the moulds for them, or somebody's got them and they're just sharing the love of accurate miniatures. Just going back to accurate miniatures, when were they? 90s, weren't they?
Yeah.
I can't believe really how far ahead of their time they were.
Yeah.
Well, accurate miniature, almost, they were that top of the tree for that particular genre of models anyway, weren't they? Because they had beautifully interior, their B25 was the go-to one, wasn't it? It was like, you know, if you're talking B25s and stuff, everyone would always say, oh, accurate miniature every time. And as I say, same with the Avengers and things like that as well. They were the ones to go for, definitely. But again, what happened to them?
It went out of business, didn't they?
Why? They got good kits.
Yeah.
Perhaps, I don't know, perhaps they were ahead of the time, because I think they were thinking before the internet, wasn't it? So it was that in the probably late 90s, the lull in the hobby where
Yeah, it was the lull before.
we'd grown out of it kind of thing, or we weren't coming back to it yet, or you'd got that sort of, and I think it must have hit them financially, and then obviously...
Do you think it's because they were American rather than being in the East, that when it does slow down, their overheads are more in the, it's like the car?
I don't know, I couldn't tell you that. I bet we'll probably get some feedback of really what happened with them, but it'd be interesting to know, because like, I think, their kits still stand up today.
Absolutely, yeah, of course they do, yeah.
Which is a testament to obviously who designed them and all the manufacturing and stuff from 20 odd year ago now, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
And also, the Accurate Miniatures box is about a quarter the size of the Hobby Boss one.
Yes, they're doing really nice box. Well, I mean, if you're into your torpedo dive bombers and stuff, they did a lot, didn't they? Like I said, the Dauntless is far better. I built that as a Gal 48 Dauntless, it's up there. And the Accurate Miniatures one's far superior. Obviously, it's easier to build, but detail-wise, it's a lot better. I'd say the Avengers, I've seen the Avengers done.
Revel re-releasing the...
Revel would be the other company that's done Accurate Miniatures kits.
They're re-releasing one soon, aren't they?
Which one?
Don't know.
Yes, they are. Now you've said it.
Can't think which one it is.
Yeah, they are. So, at least the molds have been scrapped and...
Yes, at least they live on.
And melted down for something else. They're still knocking around, so...
No. It's a shame, though, as you say. You get companies like that who just couldn't hold on, I think, until the sort of... You say, with the advent of the internet and then the world being spread how good they were, would have probably helped them out quite a bit. But as you say, during those days, you only had magazines. And if the magazines weren't picking up on it, people just didn't know.
Yeah. I presume it's like availability as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, whether we're distributing them over here at the time or where you got them from to put in shops, because I can't vaguely recall seeing many local model shops, especially when I was in Nottingham. GDs and that, don't know if they had any, and I think the others have gone, but
I can't remember seeing any in any shops.
I don't remember ever seeing any of their kits in any of the shops I know.
So
I've got loads of them now, but they're all
what you pick up at shows, isn't it? Second hand and off internet or whatever, eBay and stuff.
Nothing from a shop.
Yeah, interesting. We'll do some backstories on them.
Yes, definitely. And the other one on special is the huge Trumpeter 32nd scale Super Saber.
That's the newer version. I know there is the older ones, but that is the newer one. That's the F in it. Is that the F?
That's the F, yes.
Yeah. So, and Phil dodged a bullet because he nearly got one, but thankfully now he's told me he don't even like the aircraft.
I've never been a fan of the Super Saber, I must admit. The normal Saber, absolutely, F86, but Super Saber never really did anything for me.
Not even in sea camo.
Yeah, I know. I know everyone does the blistered off paint off the back end and all of those things, and obviously there's a few sort of export ones as well, wasn't it?
The Danish ones are mega.
Yeah, but I must admit it's never been one of those aircraft that I've ever jumped up and down about. So
no. That surprises me because I thought you liked the F series of like the 100 kits.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the 100 series and stuff. But yeah, never fan of that one. Unfortunately, dodged that one. Thank God.
Definitely. So anyway, if you want one, they're up for sale. And I don't actually think. Well, no, I think they are. I think they've just come available in this country. But so yeah, and then there's a Corsair, the Hobby Boss Corsair as well.
Yeah.
Which I've known nothing about, if I'm honest. Absolutely, nothing.
That's the late one, though, isn't it? Because that's the Korean one, I think, because that's the U5. So I think that's the later version.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, again, it counts for the C6, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So,
I've still got some Tamiya
few
damage box.
Bits and bobs.
Yeah.
Want a Vespa?
See, I don't know. Do you know what? I think you could do a lot with that. I really do.
Yeah, it's 1/9 scale, so it's going to be a nice scale anyway.
Yeah.
So, very nice with that one. There's a couple of bits of the arm we spoke about the other day. So we've still got Matildas and King Tigers and Panthers and so forth and so on all the way down.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a few bits of niceties down in there.
Yes, if you want to grab yourself something, and then we'll probably, when we get 5 minutes, revise all that again, because some have been in there for a while anyway, so we'll have a move around.
Give it a freshen up.
Yes. Yeah, give it a freshen up. Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, so should we have a look at some questions?
Yes. Why not?
If I can find them. Where are we? No, wrong one. That's it. Hold on. No, that's that one. I've lost the thing. Here we go. Oh, there it is. Right. Okay. So first up, we've got Graham. He's saying, "Hi guys. In previous shows, you've mentioned about AK primer and micro filler. I'm using this on a model right now, and I'd like to know the secret of using it. I'm using the white primer as I'll be following along with yellow, which is brilliant. I've tried it on my Buster, and I'm getting uneven coverage."
Yeah, as in what though, uneven coverage? Is your surface good you're going on, or I don't, is it? I mean, the way I put primer on is like the way I put a gloss coat on. Nice, even, passes. Not about people, you see just dotting and chucking the edge around, nice even coats on it. It should be all right. I've used that.
To be honest, I use it all the time, and I've never really had that problem.
No.
The great thing about that stuff is I know Matt obviously stirs his, but I shake mine to wake it, chuck it in your airbrush, blast it out, and off you go. And it literally gives great results all the way through. I know I'm not using it currently, but I've still got lots of bottles of it here, and I would use it in a heartbeat. It's not because I don't dislike it. I think I've just found something a little bit nicer, but... Yes.
I would definitely suggest, I know you shake it, but definitely to stir it. I would definitely take the lid off and get a stick in there or whatever and give it a good stir, because it does tend to settle on the bottom, and I don't know if that was the cause of people having problems with it not drying, because they ain't got the proper, the binders and the pigment and everything was not fully intertwined.
I just bang it down through a 0.3 airbrush and...
It goes on lovely for me. I think it's good stuff. So yeah, it'd be nice a bit more info. It's like what you're priming, what you're planning on priming, and all that. And have you put enough coats on it? Because don't forget, white is notorious. You've got to build it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
As I showed, going back to my vid, you can rub down in between if it's a bit rough, and overcoat with more primer, or you can do that with any paint, can't you? Really?
Yeah, of course you
can. So yeah. They have to come back to tomorrow night's show and tell us really what's what you're doing with it, and what, and what your pressures are as well. Because if you like back here,
that's right.
On a bit dry, you need to be in on it and get it wettish, don't you?
Definitely. Okay, Jerry says, "Hello, Phil, Matt and Andy. Not a question, but a thank you for the excellent Saturday live auction show, my first, and it was great fun. I've also for the superb follow-up processing my Win associated order. Customer service is tops, and Andy helped is very much appreciated. Looking forward to placing more in due course."
Our pleasure.
And Jerry's only up the road from me in Exeter, which is only 10 minutes up the road. So,
all right, yeah.
So that's all right. Lauren says, "Morning, everybody. Do you have some tips to weathering large colour surfaces of decals? For example, I have the grey wolf and the red stars. Any tips? The rest will be covered with the dark wash from Flory Models. All the best, Lawrence." Like I do all mine, satin coat right the way over it, and then just weather it, because obviously all your weathering will stick to your markings. The whole point is you want your markings to be weathered in the same as everywhere else, because it wouldn't weather differently unless it's had a repaint. So yes,
I was going to say, just treat it as your paintwork. It's it's part of the paintwork, isn't it? Once you've got them down, and just
you can fade it with oils, you can fade it with oil wash, you can just weather in like you've just said. Whatever you weather over it, it's going to fade it in, and just weather them how you would the rest of the aircraft, and just weather them in. You can sand them, can't you, to fade them, and all sorts. There's loads of ways, isn't there? So
my only problem I ever find with sanding is sometimes if it's a white underneath, it's all right. Just especially on red.
So that is white under that red look.
Yeah, it will be.
True. But sometimes it can just look a bit
and the white under the blue look.
But again, that works with you. On red stars, I always sand them slightly, so you sort of wear through the red a bit, because that's how they look. They fade through, so you can actually sand into them.
Yeah, I suppose British roundels that probably look the worst, because it's
Yes,
like, you're going into the blue and the red on that. I think that comes through red, and it just can look a bit strange sometimes.
I know what you mean.
But yeah, like I did with the Seahawk, that entire tail is obviously, it's all Decal, so it's huge, and literally satin coat, then the wash sticks to it, so it just weathers everything exactly the same as it's doing everything else. So so that's good. Okay, next up, it's here. Neil says, whilst I do appreciate the running joke with Andy and the infamous Bison, I saw on another site that maybe Andy could do this instead. Is Andy going to build it then?
Apparently so.
No, is that it? If you dodged the bullet? Because it wasn't Andy, it's always been Matt. It started with me, and I dodged that one, and then it became Matt's headache, and now it's Andy's. So shit's rolling downhill.
I was going to say, as they say, it rolls downhill, doesn't it?
It's nothing to do with me.
Are you not interested in that one bit?
Not at all.
Why? Do you think it's cool looking?
Yeah, it's very cool looking. If it was a
Tamiya kit.
Well, if it was made out of plastic for a start.
I'll tell you. Actually, do you know what? 11440 is probably a good size for it.
It'd probably be a really nice size for it. And to be honest with you, when you see it like that, it does look really, really cool.
That's it, doesn't it? Yeah.
It does look to be a really, really cool aircraft. And then, as I say, I get a little bit sort of, I wonder. Because like me and Matt did say before the show, it would be stunning to take to a show. Because you won't see another one. Nobody's mad enough to do that kit. So
No, they're not.
Never say never.
No, never say never.
I'll do the fuselage, you do the wings.
All right, deal. Yeah.
Because to be honest, I've seen them wings when I reviewed it. I think they're worse than the fuselage.
I can manage the wings and fill in all that bit in. I've got a good idea of how to do it as well. I don't know. Yeah.
Bondo.
We're going to back ourselves in the corner here. Wrap up. Edit this bit out, because you know what's going to happen. The last bit. Put it this way: if anything, it's not this year. It's definitely not this year. So, me and Phil need to get together and have a chat.
Yes.
And that's obviously going to be later on this year. Fingers crossed that we could do that, because next time.
And if we did do it, I tell you, it wouldn't be one of those builds which I build in a month and that's it, and you move on. It'd be one of those that'd be an ongoing project.
Do you reckon you'd get it done in a long weekend in August?
Yeah, that's it.
Everybody on it.
Yeah, we all sit round here and we just go for it. Joking
aside, Nathan's the man for that.
Yeah.
Because he loves these rubbish.
He
would. It's too big for him. But actually, he would be the man to tackle, especially the construction side of it.
Yes. Yes.
I would have to talk to him, I have to bribe him. If you put together, we'll paint it and weather it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you just rescribe and re-rivet it and all the rest of it.
You do the worst bit, and then we'll just take all the glory at the end.
We'll polish the turd, so to speak, once you put it together.
I tell you what, after building the Pembroke, that'll be a walk in the park, that.
Yeah, that's right. Piece of cake, that.
Yeah.
A man of his talents. But it should be him and John. Because that's the Russian side of John, and all the rest of it.
He'd probably enjoy it, because he likes the construction side more than painting as well, doesn't he? The pair of them are more constructors than painters, because, he's done going back to John, he's done a mint job on that.
That helicopter thing he did was nice, wasn't it?
No, I'm on about his F80, yeah. His Sabre Dog.
Yeah.
Because that seat is, don't need just...
Yeah,
I just put on its own on a little plinth. It's a kit in itself, isn't it? Obviously, people are viewing this. We'll have to watch tomorrow, because he should be on tomorrow night show, so he will show everybody his work. But it's done a really good job of that. But actually, for that Bison, going back to the Bison, like I say, I think that is far more manageable and probably far more buildable. And talking of them, actually, they're releasing a 148 Venom.
All right.
So, which he looks interesting.
Yes.
So again, it's another one of them coming out from Ukraine, Russia type, who are doing nice stuff, macrame.
Yes, we do like Micromere. They do come out with some really good stuff.
Yeah, and obviously now you've reviewed the models bit as well. Yeah, they're getting their act together, aren't they? I think, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Quality of the stuff that they're doing. So, yeah.
Definitely be interesting stuff. So, cool. Very good. Right, that's about it, is it?
Yeah, we're a bit short today because everything's sort of like I said last week, it's a bit feast and famine at the minute. So everything came in obviously with the Great Wall Hobbies and a load of other stuff last week. And this week we're a bit not much happening. We've done the auctions obviously at the weekend, but it's just nothing.
It's either happened or
waiting to happen.
And we can't talk about it.
Yeah, and there's stuff we can't talk about.
Watch this space. Definitely watch this space. We have got some exciting stuff coming up. We do know that, but as I say, we can't talk about that yet. So,
what a tease! Hey, what a tease!
I know we're teasing now, aren't we? But trust me, it will be worth it because it is quite good. I don't get excited about anything, but I'm quite excited over that. So anyway, what this will enable me to do though is what I'll do is I will get on with some of these and we'll get these reviewed up. So I'll get obviously some of these 70-second ones done and then we'll work our way through these obviously next week. So up with you tomorrow. I'll probably get 2 reviews up for you tomorrow, and then obviously I'll work on the others as we make our way through next week as well. So that'd be cool.
Yeah.
And then hopefully we'll be able to talk about all this stuff quite soon.
Yes. Definitely.
Depending how our shipping goes.
Is it worth mentioning anything about fixed pre-orders?
No,
not
really.
Do you want to have a quick look at the pre-orders?
There's not much up there, to be honest, because
God, it's terrible this week.
same as last week. Cause yeah, I mean, we are going to be shutting a couple down, to be honest. Like the Chipmunk, we're going to shut, I think, if that's still open, isn't it?
Yeah.
And probably we'll have a look through it. There'll be a couple more. Just to mention, actually, while we're on pre-orders, helicopters. Your helicopter in particular. There's an open thing. We're going to be ordering them.
Yes.
Our lifeline to Europe coming in, not going out, before people get excited, has been reopened.
Yes.
So we can get stuff back in again. So that's going to mean scrapers, tools, all the other stuff that we've not had in for a few weeks, and then as well. So if you've got your name down,
we have got a couple in stock, haven't we? That we'll be invoicing people imminently for. But
we're going to get some more of said then in, and we will actually have some in the store as well for people to buy, I think.
Yes.
Which is good.
Yes, I must admit, great helicopters. Very good, and it's nice to see as well because we've got all the tools coming back in as well. So, because some of the tools we've been out of, back in stock.
Yes.
Thank God.
In the next week or so,
all
being well, we should be back up and running. So and also hopefully, I presume it's going to be running to next week. We should have a proper Tamiya for the XF range.
Yes.
Because they've got supply problems, shall we say. I don't want to say no more of that, but let's just say they've got a bit of supply problems themselves. But there's a container in today, I think it's landed, with XF paints. Hopefully we'll get most of them back in stock as well, which will be good.
Yes.
One member has asked me if we're going to do a pre-order of the Rebel 148th SR71. Big thing. But I'd love it's not out until October anyway, so we'll pull out.
We'll do it later on in the year when we've got a bit more, precise dates of when it's gonna land, so it's not running forever and ever, eh?
Because sometimes we have to put them up because our suppliers are asking for quantities, so we put them up so we know quantities we can give to our suppliers.
Yeah. Sometimes
if we know it's just something that's coming out. That will do it close to the date when,
a bit a month or so before, won't we? A couple of months before, so. Bit big lump, wouldn't it?
It will be huge. Yes. I've done the testers one. That was horrible.
Ooh, you poor man.
Oh, terrible kit.
It's not good. Yeah, I know it's not great kit. It's big, but it's not good, is it? It's a bit like the just B1, isn't it?
Yeah, speaking about like Accurate Miniatures, who did fantastic kits all the way through. Yeah, did testers ever do any good kits?
Oh, don't start. You'll get the testers love family fanboys on your back for this now. But I didn't say that. I think they're fantastic manufacturer. Some of their kits have been truly gems. The opinions of Andy Molyneux may not be that of PM Models.
Yeah.
That'd be no then.
I am racking my brains and I can't actually think of anything that was...
Oh, just while we're talking and stuff, I just want to say a big thank you,
All right, yeah.
while I say it, to our Brett from I Help Hobbies. Yeah. I bought this off him, to be honest, because I wanted I just like the Mach 1 Mustang, to be fair. I don't know, just and obviously it's a James Bond one, and he sent me this as a belated birthday present, so I've got the police car to chase it. Thanks to Brett for that, really appreciate it. Obviously you can see now they've turned up in really good order. But yeah, I think that's just a cool bit of kit, proper muscle car, isn't it?
That's it. You're going to do a diorama then?
Well, do it
You
on
can do that. Bit of drifting.
2 wheels.
That's
Drifting, that'd naturally drift if they can't keep in a straight line.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you put your foot down and that's it. It goes everywhere but where you want it to go.
Probably. You see a bit of a beast to handle, shall we say? Because it's all front end and no
I was
back
going to
end,
say,
isn't it?
yeah, absolutely. So,
And then obviously the Ford Galaxy police car to chase it. I didn't even know that was out, to be honest. But yeah, interesting. Hopefully we're going to have these in stock here at some point when they come to the UK. Obviously, being a US company, they get them first, don't they? But yeah,
be nice
very
to filter
good.
through. Definitely. Lovely job.
What a nice little poster.
Yes.
Very nice.
I bet you don't get that inside.
Cool, very good. Okie dokie then. Well, we'll call it there then, guys. So we'll be with you live, obviously, tomorrow night, if you'd like to see us at 7:30, between 7:30 and 9, and we can talk about all these other bits and pieces on there as well. So if you've got any questions, obviously, members, stick them up in the chat areas, and then obviously you can join in live with us as well. So we can do that one as well. So that's cool. Remember, you get all your various bits and pieces over on the actual PM store. We've got all your paints, all your usual story bits, as you can see, just down in here. And like we said, at the moment, it's very much feast or famine because, well, obviously we had all of this lot came in last week, and then this week, not a lot's happening. And hopefully next week, we've got some other stuff coming in and then so forth and so on. But at the moment, it seems to be literally all or nothing. But anyway, I'll get these reviews done for you so you can get a good look, see what you're going to get for your bang for your buck, and we'll make our way through like that. Cool. Okie dokie then. If there's nothing else, are we all done then, guys?
We're all done. Yeah.
We're all done. Right. Happy modelling. Take care. We will see you all again very soon. Till tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.